when they are giving out funds to MDAs, they are specific in terms of where they make procurement or how to spend the funds. If they say procure this vehicle or this machine from an EU country, or it should be an EU make, and you go ahead and procure from a non-EU country or a non-EU make, EU country make, you run into problems. They will consider that fund as inefficient. And again, if the fund's expenditure reaches a closing date, they said it's the 30th of October you should expend, and you could not finish expending the funds, and you did not inform them for kind of a no extension, for an extension, and you go ahead and expend beyond the 30th of October, that expenditure you have made will also be considered as ineligible. So at the close of the project, they will come and do review, and after the review or an assessment, and realize that these things have happened, they will tell you clearly that you've expended these funds, they are ineligible, and that's not what we agree. And they will now request the government to make the payments back to them. And so we are now making it clear to them that the government will no longer make such payments, but rather the individuals, the heads of the MD, the fiduciaries, will be the finance officer who done the expenditure, who have taken part making the expenditure or withdrawals from the bank or procurement, if this or procurement, etc. Whosoever is responsible, they will now be responsible personally to pay the funds. So, and they make this payment to the ACC, we make it to government, and government makes it to.
So, Mr. Sandy, this particular thing that you just talked about, all of this scenario that you gave, this is not something that is just happening now.
It is not.
It is something that has been happening over the years.
You are true.
And why is it now that the ACC is bringing out a release of such nature?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question. We are coming in because we have to draw the line. We have to draw the line. Government resources have to be expended to other development programs. And we not only use
when government has used so many cash to those
reforms. I agree. But we have to come and draw the line. There is a time for every purpose. So we are coming in at this time so that the people will know that the government of Sierra Leone, if you like, is now tired and is no longer willing to be making these payments to the donors. But rather the individuals themselves have to be held accountable. And we've started with the Ministry of Water Resources. So what to be specific, an investigation is ongoing whereby now the government has been asked to pay back funds, and we've had individuals who are personally paying back that money to the ACC. And as we speak, we are in custody of an amount of about $15,000, which we are going to make payment to government and eventually to the donor.
Just a way of clarification. So in other words, before now, when some of these funds are not used the way they are supposed to be used, government use the institutions used to pay instead of the individuals. Is that what you?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That is what he said in the press release. Exactly. That now the individuals will personally account. So before this time, it was the institution and by extension government.
And the more reason why Emmanuel was asking why only now.
But that's the same thing I'm saying. Because we have to draw the line, and it has not been a good practice.
Don't you think it's too late?
It is not. It is not. It is not, because our intervention, we know we are going to do a lot of things to save government.
Because many people have gone unpunished at the expense of government. Because many people have taken some of this money for their own personal use, and at the end of the day, you'll be asking government institutions to refund the funds. That's why I'm saying, no. If it's not too late and you have gone away with monies that they are not supposed to go with.
Well, you see, that's unfortunate. But then we have to understand that as a commission, we are saying no to it at this time, and any action of that nature. That's the more reason why we are going to set up a task force whereby all pending projects, those ones who are closed and the individuals have, if you like, gone scot-free, this time is no longer happening, because all pending projects, the task force is going to look into those projects, ensure the standards that are set or agreed with the donors are being followed, and if in any case if they are not followed and we get the report from the donors that X amount of money have been expended ineligibly, we'll have to step in to ensure that the individuals pay. But we don't have to cry over spilled milk. It's a spilled milk. Let's understand this. It's a bad situation. It has happened. But at this stage, we are now drawing the line. So say that any projects going forward, even those pending, because projects have timelines. There could be a project who could have started in 2023 to to end in 2024, 2025, or 2026. All of those projects are now going to follow through. But those that have ended, basically you can't now institute an investigation because you need evidence, you need document, probably the bank accounts are closed. Where do you get all of this? And we had not initially received a report or a complaint from an individual to say, for instance, there have been misappropriation. If the donors have picked it up and informed government that these people had expended such funds and such funds were not supposed to have been expended in such a manner, but you have to pay back, and they have paid back, then we are settled on it. We are now
so Mr. Sandy, now that you said, yes, you don't have magic. I know you refer to yourself as the eagle. You'll be doing well in that area, but you also have to get the manpower to make sure you monitor some of this project, because if you don't have whistleblowers telling you that, Mr. The ACC, look at this project, it's supposed to end within this period, and they fail to do it. Sometimes the money or the funds have already been misappropriated. How do you think your manpower, or do you think you have enough manpower to really go after it? Because we have thousands of projects we are talking about here.
No, but you see, that's where we sometimes get it wrong. The fight against corruption is for everybody. It's a collective fight. The ACC, we have all the structures, we have the intelligence outfit to go out, but individuals as well. You talk about whistleblowing. Whistleblowing is not just left to the ACC. Every Sierra Leonean can whistleblow. That's the more reason why we have made whistleblowing very attractive with a reward scheme.
Are you aware of the society we are living in, where even when my friend here is doing the wrong thing, I'll rather support him instead of telling the ACC that this is what is happening, or even those who sometimes act as whistleblowers. Sometimes they are being disturbed in the communities where they find themselves.
You are not being pro-patriotic. I am fully aware, but that's the more reason why we have witness protection scheme. We have the whistleblower protection policy. We have all these things in the act that protects informants, whistleblowers, and witnesses. So people should be resolved. People should be determined. People should feel secure that when you come and make report, the ACC will deal with you through and through. And there are also other provisions of even making anonymous reports. You see, whereby you can tell the ACC without us even knowing your identity. If ACC knows your identity, but you decide to let us have it confidential, we will do so. We sign oath of confidentiality. So we are not asking people not to come and report. Come and report, share the information with us in any form you think you can be secure. Or otherwise, if you want your identity to be known to us, we cannot disclose it. But otherwise, if it is really unveiled, we can still provide protection for you as we go along the line. And that is well in the Anti-Corruption Act. We have also made it attractive. So we have acted on several reports that come to the ACC. So therefore, I encourage citizens to make reports to the ACC. We cannot do it all. We are not omniscient, as it were, to say we are everywhere, we can see it. The fact of the matter is, we rely on the people. We take leadership, but people should really think that the fight against corruption, because of its debilitating effects on me, or indirectly I'm affected, let me take responsibility to report, and the ACC will take the leader action.
People always fight. Now that you have new strategies, in as much as the ACC is not quiet, you work